Well, hello everybody. Good evening. Hope everybody had a great Monday, first day of the week. Hope that it was prosperous for you. Hello and welcome, guys. My name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online. And tonight we're going to talk about where are you going to find your fortune? Where is the fortune found at? And here's what my mentor told me. My mentor told me, Hector, good to see you, buddy. My mentor told me, he said, Jeff, the fortune is in the follow-up. He said the fortune is in the follow-up. Not only did he tell me that, but he demonstrated that. And here's what I love. I love from learning from people's real life examples. See, I like listening to what people have to say, but more than listening to what they have to say, I like watching what people actually do. And I remember meeting my mentor 19 years ago, and he talked to me about a business that he was involved in, and he said, you should really take a look at this, you should check it out. And at the time, I just wasn't interested. I had started another business for myself. I was a cell phone store owner-operator. If you guys know these, the Nextel walkie-talkie phones, that's what I was doing. I just opened up my first store, and I was so excited about where I was going with the business. So when he invited me out to look at a business opportunity presentation, I said, listen, it's not for me. But whatever you're selling, I'll buy it, I'll support you. He goes, no problem. Thank you so much for your support. Would love to have you as a customer. But let me ask you, Jeff, is it okay if I follow up with you? Do I have permission to follow up with you in another 90 days just to update you on my progress? Gabe Lulo, I see you watching. I know you know this story, buddy. So he said, is it okay if I follow up with you? Do I have permission to follow up with you in another 90 days just to update you on my progress? I said, of course. Follow up with me. 90 days later, he followed up with me. We reconnected, grabbed a bagel together, grabbed coffee. Timing still wasn't right for me. Now, this went on and on and on and on, literally for 5 years straight. But let me tell you this, guys. Longevity equals credibility. See, the longer that you do something, the more that people become a raving fan. All of a sudden, skeptics become believers, and then believers literally become raving fans and cheerleaders because they saw that you went out and made it happen. They saw that you made it for yourself. And here's the other thing I'll tell you. When circumstances change in life, your mindset changes. See, when your circumstances change, your mindset changes. So for me, I went from being a no, it's not for me, keep following up with me, to continue to doing what I was doing with my business. But 5 years later, my circumstances had changed. Sprint and Nextel merged together. I lost half my income overnight. Next thing you know, I was bartending on the side, catering for a catering company, maxing out credit cards so I could pay my employees. I went 6 months straight without taking a paycheck from my own company, and one of my stores got robbed. So who'd agree? I was open-minded all of a sudden. Now let's talk about my friend that I had said no to now for 5 years. See, sometimes in life, you got to be the Roger Bannister for people in life. And some people are like, well, who's Roger Bannister? Let me tell you his story. He was the first person in history to run the 4-minute mile. They said it was scientifically and medically impossible for somebody to run the mile at that velocity. They said you'd have to have a heart attack and die. And along comes Roger Bannister, and he breaks the 4-minute mile. And here's what was amazing. Not just the fact that he did it, but over the next few years to come, hundreds of people did the same thing. Now, who'd agree gravity didn't change? Nope, gravity didn't change. All that changed was that one person showed that it was possible. One person showed that it could happen, and hundreds of people did the same thing. See, my mentor, he didn't let my no deter him from the success that he was going to have. Instead, he became my Roger Bannister. He became an incredible success story. He was able to walk away from his other business, went full-time with his home-based online business, and became one of the top producers in the world in this particular industry. And 5 years later, as my business was falling apart, I'll never forget, I wake up one morning and there's a quote on my bedroom wall. And it was a quote I hadn't looked at in years. It said, the day that you know that you've made it is when you can't go to sleep because reality is better than your dreams. And as I stared at the quote that night, that morning, I literally started crying because I was so far off the beaten path on where I thought I was going to be at that point in my life. I was so far off the beaten path. And I literally dropped down on my hands and knees and was praying that morning that something was going to change. And literally that same day, who pulls up in front of my store but the same gentleman that I had been saying no to for 5 years. And when he came in, I was like, all right, take me to the meeting, tell me what I got to do. Something's got to change. I prayed this morning and here you are. And 5 years later, I got started with him on the journey, and 14 years later, now this has been the only thing I've done for 14 years. October 14th will be my 15-year anniversary in this business, and it's been something that's been so incredible for myself and my family. But sometimes you got to believe in people before they believe in themselves. See, that's what my mentor, Patrick Mazer, did. He believed in me before I believed in me. And for 5 years, he led by example. For 5 years, he kept in touch with me. For 5 years, he showed me what was possible. It wasn't what he said, it was what he did. See, the fortune is in the follow-up. Listen to these sales statistics. 48% of salespeople never follow up. 25% only make a second contact. 12% make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of people follow up more than a third contact. But wait till you hear these stats. 2% of salespeople, literally make more than a first contact. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% are made on the second. 5% are made on the third. 10% are made on the fourth. But listen to this one. 80% of sales are made from the 5th to the 12th contact. See, the fortune definitely is in the follow-up. Again, Patrick followed up with me for 5 years straight before my no turned into a yes. But he always asked me for permission. Do I have permission to follow up with you in another 90 days just to update you on my progress? And so, guys, I would encourage every person that's watching, think about in your business, who do you got to follow up with? Think about how are you becoming an example for other people. Remember, longevity equals credibility. So the longer you do it, the more success that you have, the more people want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing, or buy your product, or buy into your business, or whatever it is that you're doing. Again, just remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. So I hope that everybody was able to, get something out of this message here tonight. Hit the share button if you think somebody else could have some value from tonight's message. And in the comment section, drop a comment for me tonight. Drop in the comment, the fortune is in the follow-up. As a reminder for yourself, just write it in there. The fortune is in the follow-up. Again, everybody, my name is Jeff Street. I help people make money from home online. I hope that this message was able to serve you tonight. I hope it was able to be impactful. I hope it was able to go out and be beneficial for your life. And again, have a great night, everybody. God bless. This concludes tonight's message, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. The fortune is in the follow-up.